Hello. Put in the chat room who's here. I don't know who I'm talking to. Give me your name. If you're an author, if you're a writer, if you've published a book, if you're in publishing. Welcome to my session, Blogging 101, and how you can make money in blogging. If you were over on the stage just a few minutes ago, you heard a great conversation between Cliff, Pierre, and Chef Nico, and Reverend John, talking about technology and how important it was, and that it's here to stay. And they also talked about that most of the money that is being made, or most of the billionaires that are being created today, are individuals that are in the tech world. So really want to help you guys monetize your talents, your skills, your hobbies, and make some money at it, and doing what you're already doing. If you're already writing, this is a good way to get your book out there. It has so many benefits. So let me know who's watching, and then I will get started. Okay, so blogging 101. So blogging is something that really helps you as an author get the word out. I mean, we write our books, and we don't normally have a marketing strategy in order to push them out there. So, I mean, it's even difficult just to even get to the acquired amount to become a bestseller. But a lot of times the books just sit there and collect dust. And unless we're going out and we're doing live book fairs, and we're doing other ways to sell your books, talking or speaking engagements, the process is slow, right? And so here's a way that you can drive traffic to your site and drive traffic to get people to buy more books from you, and that way is through blogging. Blogging nowadays is it's like a website, but it's not a stagnant website or a web page. It actually has life to it. You're posting and interacting with it, 2-3 times a week, and in that time frame, you're galvanizing your followers and your fans, and getting personal attention and interest in whatever you're doing. Even if you don't have a book made, it doesn't matter what you do. Everyone can have a blog. So some of the blogs are majority of the highly profitable monetized blogs are blogs that are lifestyle blogs. You're a photographer, you're into gardening, you're into running, you're into skiing, you're into playing tennis and golf, and you're really writing about, you're into fashion, you're into DIY, any of those things. And it's just you and your way of just having conversation with people that have like-minded interests that you have. But at the same time, if you're doing it properly and correctly, you can make quite a bit of money at it. So here's a little note, a fact. 31.7 million people. There will approximately be 31.7 million bloggers in the U.S. by 2020. So that's right now. And I would imagine, with us being housed in and shut in from COVID, that number probably has tripled in that time frame, because we have so much more time at home and available to us that we actually we actually have more time to write and blog and so forth. So if you're doing it correctly, people can really be making great money. And it's all about traffic, which is what Cliff talked about, making sure, and it really does help your brand. So What are blogs used for? So blogs can help your company rank on the search engines, which is what Cliff was talking about, making sure that when an individual Google your name, your product, your brand, then you're surfacing in that top tier, like 25, the first 25 searches or the first 15 searches. And so it can help you do that because of the consistent traffic, the consistent posting that you're doing, that, and if you're using the proper keywords that people are actually looking for, is helping keep to increase your or better your company rate or your brand rate. Second one is to share information about a given topic and become an expert in that industry. So if you've written a book on psychology and how to beat depression during COVID-19, this would be a good time for you really to emphasize that. And you could be writing blog posts that really target your specific marketplace and your specific readers, and you can share that. And at the same time, you're driving traffic and you're increasing your numbers. And number three is to track visitors to your website and to your site, and turn those visitors into leads and eventually convert those individuals into clients or customers or fans. And number four is to cultivate an online community and engage with an audience on a regular basis, and that they, every time you put out a post, they will come to you and have questions. And it's actually like, again, it's your fan base, right? So what a better way to sell your books than to have people coming to you on a regular basis, and then you have a platform that's saying, oh yeah, this is part of my book, this is in chapter 1, let's talk about that today, and let's see how I can help you do X, Y, and Z. So that's why blogs are so important and so successful. So what should you blog about? Anything that anyone finds interesting. The most successful bloggers write lifestyle blogs. They're talking about fashion. It's something that they love. They're talking about makeup. And you can have a vlog or a blog. And so on YouTube, you find your hey Anna, I've already got started. I think you're the only one there. So if you want me to jump back in, I can do that. But blogging can be about anything that you want to blog about that people will find interesting, and that people will come back to you, that people will come back to you every time you post a blog, because you're engaging, you're entertaining. So there are blogs about everything. There's blogs about entertainment, there's blogs about their favorite author, there's blogs about there's blogs and reviews about their favorite actress or their favorite movie. Or I'm a gardener, blogs about gardening and mapping. It's like a really an online journal. It's really what it is. So you're sharing it with the world, but at the same time, it has so many incredible benefits for making some money, because it's all about creating multiple streams of income. So you really want to look into blogging. So lifestyle blogs is a digital compilation of an author or an entrepreneur or just a regular individual, their daily interests, their daily activities, and opinions on a subject. And a lifetime blog typically covers multiple hobbies and talents of the writer or the person that's writing, the author, the photographer, the whatever. And rather than focusing on one subject alone, you're really horning in on a number of subjects, and all of these things are things that you find interesting and other people find interesting as well. So what is a lifestyle blog? So a lifestyle blog might include a section on fashion and health and wellness and travel and relationships. Today, a lifetime blog could be on how to keep yourself from COVID, how to keep yourself safe from COVID, how to keep your immune system strong, how to protect your children, how to homeschool your child, anything that can provide information that another individual or other individuals out will find useful. And in fact, without you knowing it, pretty much when you Google for anything on the internet and something pops up, more than likely that is a blog. So HuffPost, which is one of the biggest bloggers out there, they make about $4 million a month on their blog, and they use writers to submit and contribute to their blog, and that's how been able to create that much traffic in order to make $4 million a month. So that's not shabby money. That's some huge money. So lifestyle blogs are often highly personalized, so you get to feel like you know this person. So if you're an author or writer and you have a topic that you want people to really connect with, this is the best way to get that information out, and also at the same time selling more books, right? So what do you blog about? Anything you're passionate about, anything that you have knowledge about, anything that you're profitable at, right? And to create other streams of income, and that people will be interested in wanting to read more about it. And every time you put out a blog or a vlog, people will tune in and they will subscribe and they will come back each and every time, and they will share that and they will help you build your following. Why are blogs popular? So blogging gives people it helps people, and it gives to people, and it also provides a source of information. Blogging also allows you to keep your customers and your clients and your fans up to date with what you're doing, and visitors and followers who can comment and connect personally with you and your brand, and you can earn money through blogging. So when I first heard about blogging, I was just thrilled with the fact that I had no idea. I knew that people were doing it, but I did not know how they were doing it. And so I had the fortune of meeting somebody that has several clients that he actually helps manage their back end. And so we partnered up together, and we're doing some collaboration together. And so he starts showing me and teaching me how that happens. You know, you go to events and you see online and you see people talking about how they become wealthy, and how they're living these lavish lifestyles and having a fantastic time doing this. But they never tell you how they do that. They never tell you how they're making 50, 60, 70, $100,000 a month just by writing 500 words 2 or 3 times a week. They never tell you how. So my friend actually did, and colleague. And so you make blogs through ads, and those are the ads that populate on your page. When you open up your cell phone and you go Google something, you see some ads pop up. Those are how you're making money. So the more traffic and the more people that are following you, the more potential you have for making money. And so there are like 5 ad agencies out there that doesn't cost you any money to sign up to, but they vary. Some will require you to have a very small number of followers, and others will require you to have a large number. So the biggest ad agency is Google AdSense, and that's part of Google. And so, but you have to have certain things in place in order to satisfy the criteria. And then at that point, they'll start to generate ads based upon not the people that are coming to your site, but not your interest, but the people who are coming to the site. So if I'm into tennis or I'm into gardening, so pretty much what they do is, oh wait, Crystal's just popped up on my blog page and she's reading this post. Oh look, she's into gardening, so let's send some information about seeds. Let's send some information about soil, and then that'll start populating on my page. Oh, she's into tennis. That's going to populate. Let's send some tennis shoes, and she's at Tennis Warehouse all the time, or Target, or whatever it is you're interested in. So the ads are based upon your search browsing, and not the person that's writing the blog. The next one is affiliate marketing. So affiliate marketing is with Amazon. It's with anybody, actually. I use Grammarly a lot when I do my writing. And so I'm going to have affiliate partnership with Grammarly. I have affiliate partnership with Amazon. I have an affiliate partnership with Evernote. Any product or tool that I use in order to do business and that I refer to people, if I'm referring them, they're getting my link, and I'm sending my link to them, and then they can go do their shopping on there. It doesn't cost the person that's buying anything. It only the marketer, the Amazons, they are using me to promote their product or their service. So they're the ones that are paying me, not you. So it's totally free to you, and you're encouraging people. You let them know. I get a small commission off of every sale that is made through my referral, but it's easy way to make some money. Sponsorship is if I have a food blog, and those are very popular blogs. If I have a food blog and I'm making a meal and I'm sharing that, and whether it's video or where it's written, but I'm using certain products. Maybe I'm using Land O'Lake butter, or I'm a travel agency, and then I've galvanize this following, and so now maybe the airline Southwest is wanting to sponsor an ad on my page, and so every time someone comes to your page and they stay there for a time frame and reading and looking at your blog, then you're getting paid every time they're there, and they don't have to buy anything. If they buy something, then that's even better for you because you make more money. It's really all about the traffic, is all about how many people are coming and how many people are staying on your page. And the next one is product. So that's your product. That's your ebook. That's your actual physical book. That's your web course, your e-courses. That's if you have some merchandise, some t-shirts and some cups and some whatever that has your brand on it. That's how you're making money through your product. And the next one is membership. And membership is if you have special knowledge or skill sets that you want to share with someone, you can create a membership and then people will have to join in order to get access to that information. And number 5 is speaker fees. The more you're blogging, the more it makes you the expert in your space, and more people are now reaching out to you to ask you, can you speak for them? And for you as a writer, that means you're selling more books, or Anna, you're selling more houses, because you're getting in front of people that you may not have the luxury or the opportunity to meet, because they may not travel in your circles. And blogging is not just local, it's national, it's international, it's global. And so people can read your blog all over the world, and they can connect with you all over the world. And now that we're doing everything virtually, what a better way to really start building. You want to start blogging, and wait till I get to how much money you make blogging. You're going to really want to start. So it will give you avenues to different areas or different people that you may not have the opportunity to meet if you were doing it live. So we have a client that and these are some of the top bloggers out there, but these, I don't know these people, but this other group, they have a food blog. It's called Pinch of Yum, and Pinch of Yum makes about $95,000 a month talking about their food experience. Not they make the food, and at this point, they've been doing this for about 13 years, and they started with nothing. The lady that started it, she was a fourth grade teacher. She and her husband, they started blogging. They just started doing what they do in their kitchen and filming it, making a meal and because she liked to eat, and making a meal and then sharing it. So today she makes $95,000 a month. And then her husband he created a membership blog teaching you how to do a food blog, which is what his wife is doing. And he's making about $1.5 million. So between the two of them, they're probably making $2 to $3 million doing what they love to do. So as you can see, Zoe Slug, she actually has a lifestyle and fashion blog. She makes, and all the numbers are actually thousands. She makes 62,000 a month. Paul makes 50,000 a month on his DIY and keto diet and how to make money online blog. Stephen and Jennifer make $100,000 a month on their lifestyle and e-commerce blog and e-commerce retail. Nye Abram, he makes $100,000 writing blogs on people who love cars. And Rosemary, she makes $100,000 writing blogs on how to be a good budgeter. And Emma and her is making about $15,000 a month. No, $150,000. Sorry, left zero out on a DIY site. So this is absolutely astronomical money. How many houses do you have to sell, Anna, in order to make $100,000 a month? Every month, not periodically, but every month, making that same consistent amount of money. That's a lot of house selling. Way too many for you to even think about doing. So, blogging is, and when we look at it, and for blogging, it is probably the easiest entry with the lowest cost to actually get into it. So what do you need to do to start? You need to have a niche. What are you writing about? And it needs to be something that is catchy and people want to know about. So Anna, you're doing workshops and classes. This is perfect for you and anybody else that's listening that's writing books, and those books are interesting enough to keep people coming back. You have to choose a blogging platform. So the top blogging platform is WordPress, and primarily because they're the only blogging platform that will that you can monetize. So WordPress, but then there's some other companies that create WordPress and that actually protect you with with a security platform behind it. So that's very important, is because you are accessibility. You're creating blogs for anybody to read, so you want to make sure that you don't get hacked. And so having a secure platform is really paramount to this. Choosing the right hosting service. I mean, all of them do that. I have an affiliate with Bluehost, so that is one of the ones when we do workshops and classes, I refer everyone over to Bluehost, and they have a really secure hosting system, and they're affordable. They start between depends on what promotion is going on, so it could be either $2.95 a month, or it could be $3.95. But whatever it is quite doable. And you buy your domain for a year. You're paying probably with security about $85, $95, and that's it. You don't have to worry about that to the next year. Choosing a domain name for your blog. You want something catchy, you want something fun, you want something that people can remember, you want something that associates with whatever you're doing, or you just want to use your name. If you're your brand, you want to use your name. Then the next step is posting that first blog. So just like writing is a discipline, right? You got to write every single day in order to get that book published. So here you want to write 2 or 3 times, minimum 2 times a week, so that you can be able to have a lot of get a lot of traction. So once a month is not enough, so a couple times a week. And if you're already a writer and you already have content, then you're just using the content you already have. You're just putting it in a blog post with some photos and some questions and some engagement, maybe some video, and you just post it. And you can actually schedule that out, what your posts are going to be for the month. You use a content calendar to tell you what you want to put, so you can make it as easy as possible for you, but you're consistent and you're disciplined with doing it with consistency. And then you want to promote it. So you want to use any email system, MailChimp, Constant Contact. Of course, you want to use all your social media platforms, your LinkedIn's, and you want to make sure your family is sharing it. So you really want to create a marketing strategy to get your blog out, and then make sure that your content or your blog niche is something that people want to read and want to continue to come back for. So some key takeaways here. Blogging is a powerful way of reaching and engaging with your audience. I mean, so it doesn't matter what you're doing. If you're real estate, that's what you want to be. You want to be that person that you want to be the household name. You want to go, oh yeah, Anna Queen Tut, I need to call her. I just read a powerful a blog that she wrote on gentrification, or areas that are changing, or anything like right now that's going on, where we're having discussions about, should people have single family homes, or should it be all apartments? I mean, anything like that, Anna, art is what people want to hear about, and you become that individual. And the next best thing right now, blogging probably has more presence on the internet than actual newspaper reporters or journalists. In fact, a lot of them get their research data from blogs, and a lot of the news comes from blogs. And even Twitter and Instagram, if you look, especially Twitter, a lot of those, and once you click them, an article pops up, and it's a blog. And at the same time, every time somebody clicks into it, it starts making money, and it makes money while you're asleep. The cost of blogging is incredibly low. As I said, you can get into blogging with your template, with your domain name, and with your hosting, probably under $125, but you could make 60 times that amount in soon as you start to build your traffic. I think when I first started blogging, mine was my Bluehost, and I was making probably somewhere between every month. I was probably making about $400 or $500 additional that I didn't have before I started blogging. Secondly, a strong blogging or blog strategy is key to driving traffic to your website. So just like everything else, just like your book, just like your website, just like your business, you do have to have a strategy, and that's a marketing strategy to drive the traffic to your website. Okay. Next is blogging is an integral part of lead generation and selling today. That again, if you go right now, if I ask you to Google anything on the internet, you want to know about virtual platforms like Hopin, you Google that, and I will guarantee you, out of all of this, the first 25 the first 25 posts that is going to pop up, 15 of them are going to be blogs. And next, if you're not blogging, you're missing out on a lot of lucrative opportunities, because it just opens up a whole new world of you doing business. And like the gentleman said when they were on the stage talking about technology, that is where we're going. You just have to find where do you fit in the technology world. If you're not an app builder, if you're not a gamer, if you're not someone that works with the actual the assistance to technology, if that's not you, but you know how to write, and you have interesting things to write about, and you have interesting hobbies and skills, and you're real knowledgeable in the area that you do business in, then this is a perfect place for you to jump in. Right, Anna, stop missing those opportunities for you to jump in. So next step, getting started. So you can contact me. We are having a blogging 101 class. Last year we did a pilot, my partner and I, and we actually every day for a whole year, we had a grouping of bloggers coming together, and we were teaching you exactly how to do it, how to lay out the format on your blog, what is the best format for people to read and to engage with. We were telling you everything that you needed to know, all those little hidden secrets that nobody wanted to tell you about. We tell you all, and we want you to blog. We want to create a network, because just imagine if we created a network of Black bloggers like a Huff Post, and all of us with our talents and our skills, we were willing to share on our platforms, in our blogs, and to support each other, how many millionaires we would make, right? Because we're trying to close a wealth gap, and that wealth gap is humongous. And supposedly it's supposed to take us 256 years to make that happen. Well, that's not going to happen in my lifetime. That's not going to happen in your lifetime. But we can change that gap by using technology and using things that we're already doing. You're already writing, so why not? And then you can come up with some new ideas, and now you can generate some new books. It's just the opportunities and the vision and the innovation is unlimited. So that is how, yeah, if you're making 100, let's say there's 70 of us in a group that we're blogging and sharing on both, sharing your blog but also sharing on our platform. Imagine all of us making $150,000 a month. We close that wealth gap in no time at all. So we got to start thinking. We have to start thinking like that. We have to start thinking, how can we do this collaboratively, in order to make a change, a real impact in our community, for our people, without having to have a huge amount of investment to make it happen. And how can we change this world and make a better world for our children, than being able to close the wealth gap, being able to invest in our legacy, invest in our future, and then now our communities are now thriving instead of just surviving. So I think it's vitally important, that we have that conversation, that we talk about new ways to do that. So if you guys are interested in participating and want to sign up for our course, which will be happening by the end of this month, then you just have to reach out to me, and we can get you started. My partner, Armand, yeah, we want to grow together. I think it's very important. One thing, when we think about Black Wall Street, the one thing that they had that was going for them, they were all in that together. Even Harriet Tubman, when she was bringing folks out of the South to the North, they were all in it together. They had to work together. So this is my contact information. You can find me on social media: Facebook, LinkedIn, Instagram. I am a business coach. You can find me under Recycling Black Dollars. You can find me under the Business Zone. I have a radio show that I host, two of them actually, two podcasts, one on Thursday, called Business Briefing, on the Community Business Briefing on Thursday, which bring in you information that's very pertinent to you, helping have your business thriving, and also the Business Zone that airs broadcast live every Friday afternoon at 3 o'clock. So I'm going to stop sharing, and if any of you guys want to join me, you can come on in. I think you can share, and we can have a chit chat about blogging. How many of you actually have tried blogging before? Okay.
How are you,
Hey,
man?
Derek, how
How
are
are you?
you?
I'm just dropping in
You
here
tried blogging?
and enjoying the book
Okay.
fair and the expo there. But
Oh, good. What
right
business
now,
are you in?
I'm a federal worker. I am a retired veteran, and doing some writing and doing a little
So, what's your?
blogging also.
Okay,
You
so
know
are
what?
you blog
No,
making
it's
money?
not because I don't know if I could call it blogging because I write articles about the things that I like, in business things of that sort there.
And who do you share them with? Or are they
You
published
know what?
in magazines or publications
They
or?
are published. Well, uh, some were published in journals, business journals and things, and then I have a website where I just put them out there, WordPress, and I just put them out there, and whoever reads them.
Okay, so you have
Yeah.
a WordPress site already. Okay, so now you need to know how to how to make
Well, I
money
mean,
with it, right?
it's
How to monetize it.
you know
Are you
what?
interested in that or not?
If I could just put it out there to where somebody would read it and get some value out of it, it's good. It's good with it's good with.
Okay, okay. But you do know you can make about
Well,
$100,000 a month blogging,
that's
right?
great to know, but how? Okay, all right, okay.
That's not a
I'm
game
never going
changer
to
for you.
turn down money, okay, or way to do that.
I mean, because are you
Yeah, yeah. In
enjoying
fact, I
writing?
finished writing my fourth book, which is about my life here. But
Oh,
I just enjoy writing. I just enjoy writing and just putting information out there because my writing will reach people that I will never talk to in my entire life. So I could spread my influence
okay,
on.
that's
Okay.
excellent. And that's the other part of, like, outside of the money part. That's the other part of it, is being able to get your word out and your message out, and that if it can help some people. So, what are some
So
of the
I
things
write I write
that you write
about
about?
the workplace because that's what my discipline is studying. Businesses, organizational management, a lot of HR stuff, and also that
Okay.
that I'm in the personal growth, personal development field also, and because of my military background and my jobs that I held in the military in leadership there. So,
Okay. I would love to have you, especially with the HR piece. So, especially, right now we're dealing with so much of the inequality and racial exclusions and diversity and so forth and so on. Is that
yeah, you know
it's
what?
something
In
that you
fact,
talk about
that
in?
I'll be doing some mastermind probably in the next week or so, talking about inclusion, diversity. I think the topic also include police brutality and things of that sort that I'll be visiting. You know, in
I have a radio show, and actually, my partner just jumped into the session, so he's even better at this than I am because he is the expert on
a,
blogging and making money. Um, but Armand Santos, he just popped in. Armand, you can actually come on in if you choose to. But I have a radio show that I broadcast
okay.
live every Friday afternoon, and we bring individuals from our community that have things to share that is vital to our thriving. And so, if you were interested, it's called the Business Zone with Crystal and Gilbert. So it streams
Oh,
live every Friday on Facebook
okay.
and YouTube.
You, do you have a okay? You put it in. Yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
my information
Okay,
is C Mitchell five
okay.
four four at gmail.com. And if you go over in this area right here in the expo, and you go to the business zone, you'll see a couple of the videos that
Okay.
we've actually aired already. And then you can go over to our channel. We've
Oh,
been on air
interesting.
for 4 years. Yeah, so, and it's just making sure that our businesses are running at their optimal. And a lot of our small businesses don't have the monies for HR departments, but that doesn't mean they don't need them. But any information that they can glean is really beneficial for them. And right now, the biggest, I think, the last two of our shows. Yesterday we had we 2 weeks ago we talked about the comment that the CEO from Wells Fargo talked about the lack of black financial talent We talked about that, and then yesterday we actually talked about how the lack of diversity in the financial advisors could potentially limit our trust in us in acquiring wealth and not just working for money, but making sure that we're
How
creating
true,
legacy
how
money.
true. And speaking of legacy money, in fact, I was uh, looking at on the stage there. The brother was talking about gentrification and th- and how we
Yes.
as black people kind of go with the flow of everybody else and not looking at. I think he had an example of track homes on one side, and then on the other side he had just grandma's home with all this land just sitting around. He would rather sell grandma's land and
Mm-hmm.
move to the track homes and things. And he says we're actually leaving dollars on the table when we do that there. So it's it's absolutely amazing. So
Yes, we are.
it's amazing how our young people need to get this information because the world is in their hands, and that's what I'm saying. But
Exactly. So that's the purpose of our show. Both of my shows is to make sure that the information is disseminated to our community. Because really, what happens to us is we have if we don't have the
you
information,
know
we
what,
can't
and
make
that
the
is
right decisions.
so true, and that's why that I wrote my newest book, Enemy in the Bush, and it talks about not only my life and my struggles and things, coming from a real humble beginning, but also the principles that I live by that helped me through my 60 years on this earth, and having a military background, going through that phase, and then going into this, the civilian sector, and still going strong, but living by those principles and things. So it's something that what I wanted to just leave as a legacy for others to uh, to learn by and to live.
I think that's absolutely excellent. So keep up your writing. So where can I
Yeah,
find your books on
it's
Amazon or
I
your
have a
website?
website. It hasn't been out. It hasn't come out yet. Uh, yeah,
Oh, okay.
it is going through the production phase. It should be out in November, the middle part of November. And
So creating
well,
a
you know what?
blog could really
Okay,
get the
my
the
my my web
could really get
my
the buzz going,
my
right?
website. I have a website that has all my information on there, and I could put it in the chat there.
Okay. I can write it down, but you can put it in chat for
Okay,
the other four
and
people that are listening.
it is the Carlisle Destiny Group, and that is my new website there. Yeah,
Carlisle. And you
CarolYle Destiny Group, all one word .com.
COCAR.
CarolYle um, DESTI TINY group
Yeah,
GROUP.com, and
P.com.
they can
Okay.
sorry, and they can look at that, and you could see all about me there. Oh,
Okay, okay, got it. So anybody that is interested in getting
yeah.
his book when it is published, and it's going to be published in November.
It
Is
will
that
be published
the launch date?
in November, and so I'll have some type of launch date then and things. But
What's the marketing
sounding just like a
strategy?
business person here. Okay, got it.
Can't
You know
write a book
what?
and nobody can read it, Derek.
Uh,
Derek.
in fact, I am talking to someone too about a marketing strategy. Of course, that it'll be on the platforms, and the Barnes and Nobles, the Amazons, and things of that sort there. But it'll also be on the publisher's platform, which is Wetsbo platform, and
Okay.
this right here, like just talks and things. I'll be going on different
Okay.
talks talking about the book things and
So you could do some virtual book clubs
you just keep throwing out
meetings.
these ideas. Well, that's great.
That's because I have a client that wrote a book.
Okay.
She actually has a series of books, and in fact, she's getting ready to go on. Her book club meeting is going to happen very short at 3 o'clock today. But she wrote a series of books, and so this is the third book that's in this series, and it's about it's
Oh,
called the
okay.
Zonkly Chronicles, and it's about African. Well, actually, individuals that have a lineage back to the beginning of time, and they have these superpowers. And Azonkli knows another Azonkli. So it's a fascinating book. If you go to her site called it's mjduffy.net. It's
Definitely.
entertaining. It's salacious. Definitely salacious. But what's amazing about her is one, she was dyslexic, and two, she wrote this book when she was in her
Wow.
60s, and so she's in her 70s. Yeah. And so every week she has, in order to where she couldn't do her book launch. So instead of, since it was canceled, she put all this money out there to do this big book launch. She had, and it's kind of, she's created a whole environment about her book. If you go to her website, it's absolutely amazing. You fill out a questionnaire, ask you, are you a Zonkly? What are your
Zonkly,
Zonkly powers?
Zonkly Powers. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Zonkly Powers. Yeah, that's amazing. Yeah. So it's more so like a fictional type book than a.
It's a fictional book, but she was married
Mhm.
to a guy, an African guy
Okay.
from Nigeria, and so she kind of utilized some of the culture that she, when she was married to him, and so it really comes up. It's an amazing series. I read the first three books probably. Only time I probably read a book in 24 hours. It was just that
Wow.
good, and the writing is just that good. She keeps you very engaged. But she what she does is so we do a book club. And so I told her, I said, you need to get before
Oh,
your
wow.
fans. And she has a major fan club. So she came on our podcast. And that's the other
Yeah.
thing, getting yourself on podcasts. And I saw people coming from all over the country to tune in. And then she has this Zonkly cult going on. And so I told her, well, if you got that going on, you need to do a weekly, or it doesn't have to be
Uh-huh.
weekly, but she does a weekly book reading. And then we bring in other people. We bring in other guests that their specialties fit
Oh,
with
okay.
whatever she's
Oh,
reading that week.
yeah,
So
yeah.
maybe
In
that's
fact,
something you
that
could do.
I was just thinking about just doing like a reading or something like that in a book, and maybe
Yeah.
maybe go over a principle in the book that I bring up. That's good.
Yeah, and so you can do that. You can start your own
Yeah,
YouTube channel,
I,
and you can do
I,
that, and that way you start. Are you wait a minute? Let me ask this question: are you
you know
introverted? You
what?
like to be
You
behind
know,
the scenes? Is that it?
I am, but normally, but I can start to when I start talking, when I get relaxed, I could just rattle off there, and so
Okay.
it's just I have to. My mother always say you have to warm up to right. I have to warm up to you, and then I just go off. Go for the deep end.
Okay. Well, I say come to our podcast. We'll help get you warmed up, and then next thing you know, you'll be starting your own.
Well, I just I'm just terribly busy now. And as far as starting a podcast, that is a lot of work. I see. I have some friends that are doing podcasts, and they're just constantly going on these things. I said, wow, more, more power to them. But
And it doesn't have to be a consistent. It could be, like I said, a book reading that you do. You
okay,
pre-tape and
okay,
then you just air. You could do that. So it doesn't have to be something that you have to go out and find guests and do all that sort of stuff. Podcasting can be so many variable ways that fits for your schedule. Because
hmm
mine is kind of in a flow. People now
oh, that's
come to
great,
me asking to be on the show, so I don't really have to go out too far looking for. In fact, LinkedIn is a wonderful resource. Hey, Siobhan, is a wonderful resource for people coming to me asking, how can I get on your show? And it sounds like they're like, oh my God,
great.
I'd love to be on the show. What do I need to do? Tell me you want to be on my show.
Yeah. Well, you know what? I'm on LinkedIn also, so I can. Okay. I want to be on your show.
Yeah, so yeah, I will send
Good to
you
go.
over the link, and there you go. You'll be on the show, and we can
I
talk
want
about
to
the
be
launch of
on your
your book.
show.
How about you, Dr. Franco? You
Dr.
want to be on my show
Dr.
too?
Franco, you did a good lecture on nutrition. I really
Oh, thank you.
really
We're
appreciate
just we're just touching the tip of the iceberg.
it.
Got a lot.
So, Dr. Franco, you just came in, but my
Yeah.
presentation was on blogging. So you have nutrition and eating healthy, but I talk about blogging in a different way. I talk
Okay. That's
about
the
it
best
making
way.
money.
That's the way.
so we and it was all about how much money can be made from a
Right.
personal lifestyle type of blog, and driving traffic to your blog. So one of the highest producing blogs out there is Huffington Post. They're a corporate blog,
Okay.
but they make about 4 million a month. But your regular individuals like yourself and myself, you could do up to 150, 100,000, fifty
Oh,
thousand, whatever
150,000 a
works for
month.
you.
I like that. I like that.
Yeah.
Matter of fact, that's what I'm working for. I've done a couple little radio shots that I was going to turn into a blog, like a video blog, and so that's where we are, right in the throes of that. That's why I was rushing trying to get to yours when I saw that it said blogging. When I got there, you all were already talking, so I missed it. So have you got anything on your site or anything where I can go
Yeah.
and get the information?
So actually, my partner, he's been trying to get in, but the system won't, the platform won't recognize his camera. We're gonna do we're starting we have a platform, but we're going to have a orientation on blogging 101. We will probably have a date by the end of this month, and they're free classes. We're starting a membership where you can come in
Understood.
and get expertise. So Armand, he's over there. Armand, you can chat if you can't see. We can't see you. He actually, this is a space. He has a number of clients that he monitors their back end. So you hear people making money in the
That's right.
blogging, but they never tell you how to
Right.
do it. They just tell you they're making money, right? So Armand is like a blessing. He tells you how to do it. I know. um, he tells you how to do it, and he tells you, best practices. And so he has clients that are making big
Right.
money, not doing anything more than what you're
Good.
doing. They're just consistent about their blogging. So if you're already writing, and then he just shows you how there's 5 ways to make money, and it's through ads, through affiliate marketing, it's through sponsorship, it's through
Yeah.
membership,
I like
and
membership
it's
and
through your
products. I
product.
like that thought.
So member and also you're probably referring people
Right.
out to buy books and your books, and they're going to Amazon. So an affiliate partnership is great. You might have some other affiliates we never even know. I have an affiliate with
Okay.
Grammarly because that's what I use for my writing. I have an affiliate with Evernote because that's how I keep my notes. I have an affiliate with Staples. I have an affiliate with Amazon, and then the hosting. And advertising. Sorry, Armand, advertising. And then so let's say you open up any
Right.
page on the internet, right? And
That's right.
and the ads pop up, right?
That's right.
No matter what you write, whatever you put, and most of those are blogs. So that ad comes up on the top, comes down on the side, comes
Okay.
down on the bottom, right? So as long as I'm sitting on that page reading your phenomenal information about your Right Stuff health solutions, then you're making money. Because you have ad agencies about five ad agencies, and every time somebody comes to your page, then it'll go into the background and go, okay, Crystal's showing up on Dr. Taylor's blog reading his stuff. Oh wait, she likes tennis. Okay. Oh wait, she likes gardening. Oh wait, she likes to cook. So those are the ads that are coming through that are my interest. And if I click onto them, you don't even have to you don't even have to click onto them. They're just there making money.
Now this is something that you have to sign up with these agencies to have happen? Okay.
You do, but it doesn't cost you anything to do that. But you do have to have a blog that's set up for that, right? So WordPress blogs are the best ones to do that. And then you do need to be approved. I have Armand talking to me on the sideline there. You need to be approved, and it depends on how it's set up. So but we're going to have a class. He and I are going to talk probably after this.
Yeah, I was going to say,
if you're interested,
end of the month is a little far out for me. I understand that you have to pay for what you get. So, I'm sure that you, just based on your presence, that you all don't charge $1 million for it. So the Bible says that the workman is worthy of his hire. So I'm willing to pay for the information that'll help me get the information that I have out to the people in such a way that I can be paid to do it. I haven't done as much of what I could do because I wasn't getting paid. Okay. I was having to go to where the money was, right? But the money was right there all the time. So it's a matter of learning. So, yeah, I would love to know how to get in touch with you and Armand so we can talk about that a little further on, because I really want to do like a video blog.
Okay.
Now, video blog is still blogging, right?
Yeah, video blog is great. Armand said he loves your set and your outfit.
That's just pay stuff. I tell you, that's just pay stuff to make it work. It could be a lot more professional, but it'll get that way as we go. I promise you.
Well, he says your marketing's on point. So you asked me a question before we.
Okay, I was just complimented saying that a video blog is still blogging, right? It takes me forever to write. Writing is just too strenuous for me, but I can talk.
Okay, so you also can. I have my radio shows. What I do is you can have them transcribed, and that way they complement the vlog. And that way, because that's the keywords, which is written in the blog, is what's really helping you drive the traffic. Okay. So you could actually, when you go to upload to market out your videos, right, then you can incorporate that in the description. So, and with keywords that are driving the traffic to your site, and that's your titles, and that's everything about it. And that's how. There has to be some words there, so you could incorporate the video in a blog platform, and then just make some, transcribe it and put that in the blog.
Okay,
and there
sounds
you go.
Like a winner. Well, yeah, I'd love to at a point in time to be able to talk to you two.
Like that, huh?
So just whatever I need to do that.
Okay, we can make that. Can we make that happen, Armand? He's over there. But in the meantime, wait, we got a winner here. Siobhan says she types over 60 words a minute, can transcribe anything that you need
Okay.
transcribing.
Okay. All right. That sounds good to me because I got a lot of talk. If she can transcribe, I got a lot of talk. We got a lot of videos that we've done that really are good information that just needs transcribing. That'd be good.
Okay, well, that's good. So, Siobhan, Dr. Taylor needs your contact information.
Yeah, if she could put it in the chat, then I can be in
So
touch
y'all
with
can
her
make some
too.
stuff happen. And then let me see if I can just get you guys. I'm gonna stop this share here. I can get you guys the link so you can register or schedule for the show. I think I'm actually I know I have somebody scheduled for the end of the month, but I have nobody scheduled on the show for this Friday, and then November is.
Well, Derek, do you mind if I snatch up this Friday?
No, go ahead on, Doc.
Okay.
Yeah,
the sooner the better.
Huh?
I say for me, it's the sooner the better.
Yeah, because by November I should have the book in my hand. Hopefully, that the publishers will let me get it.
Yeah, you want to lead you're going to incorporate my show into your marketing plan. Because that's the business in me, Derek. I'm sorry. And Siobhan left you her phone number,
yeah,
Dr. Taylor, if you want to grab it right over there. Okay, and then I'm going to give you guys the link right over here. Paste it right there. That's the link to sign up for my show. And you can also go to our website. It's called The Business Zone with Crystal and Gilbert. And if you want to go over to the booth, you can over to the expo. I have a booth over there, and it's got a couple of videos over there from my Thursday show and also my Friday show.
Very good, very good.
Mm-hmm. And I think you have the right voice, Dr. Taylor, to be I've creating a podcast.
I've done radio and TV for probably around 50 years. Oh, wow. So, yeah. That's
okay. Well, there you go.
Built in, you might say. So I haven't done any here in the city. I haven't done anything in the last 3 or 4 years. Just maybe some little, every now and then I'll do a little something, but not like I used to do. Weekly shows for several years, many years.
Wow.
And
oh, really?
I just I took a little hiatus, and now I'm ready to get back on it because it's necessary that people get this information. Yeah.
Oh, I love podcasting. When I started my podcast 4 years ago, and as I was telling Derek before you came in, my podcast is for the business of promoting business in our community, but making sure our community is doing business that are business ready, contract ready, and bank loan ready. And you all know this, that for us, the biggest issue, and those that are on the site listening here, the biggest issue for us is information. We don't ever have any information. And when we get the information, it's too late.
How about that one?
all the money's gone.
That's it.
So when I started, and actually, if either one of you, Dr. Rose, it sounds like you've been in business for a while, Dr.
Yes, about 40,
Dr. Taylor.
42 years just doing what I do, but I've been in business for myself since 1972. At age 22, I went into my first business.
So are there anything that you could use right now? I am a consultant for the Los Angeles Urban League, and we're helping our small business. I know I do everything to help my people. We have a mini grant that we're for those that have been in business, that are in business, and you need it might for your marketing, it might be for some products, it might be, it's not a lot of money, but
is a lot of money.
Every little bit counts.
You got to look at it the way the Jewish culture looks at it. Pennies are much money.
Right. So if
Would you
you're
please?
interested, I can send you over the link. Let me put my email in the chat room. So anybody else listening, if you guys could use some dollars, there's actually quite a bit of money out there. There's people giving money
Oh
away
yeah.
because of their white guilt. And
I
so
look
if
at.
y'all
I
got
love
some
their
hands out
guilt.
and you want
Look,
some,
look, 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 look. I put my like this. Come on with it, man. Come on with it.
Oh, God.
I love their guilt. Yes.
so you can reach out to me and we can get you in
Okay.
the system. I can send you over the link and we can you get signed up in the system and then you consult with me and then you tell me what you need the money
Very
for and
good.
then I do some recommendation. Yeah. And there's some other grants out there. Vermont Slauson has money. So whatever it is, and this is what I do. I provide information for our community that can help them find money, to help them find contracts, to help them with referrals to the individuals that are sitting at the table. Because if we're not sitting at the table, we're on the menu. And I
Well, we
prefer to
got
be
some
at the
things that
table,
we
not on
want
the
to
menu.
do, especially as it relates to health, food disparity, where African American women can literally learn. Well, we'll take a food trailer, so to speak, and it's actually a school, and we take it to the inner city, and black
Okay.
single women, single parents, can actually learn how to cook delicious food for their children that's nutritious but not that a huge amount of money. They can learn how to get it right at their neighborhood stores, right? But learn how to do it, and then actually learn to work on the
Okay.
trailer, working there, and then contributing some of what they earn towards earning the trailer and putting them to work. That's the overall goal, is to put these single women into a entrepreneurial position. So yeah, we got something to talk about.
Okay, cool.
We're
Are you
we're
a
nonprofit.
for-profit
As a matter
or
of fact, we're
nonprofit?
just really getting it completed. So we're in the throes of completion.
Okay. You actually might want to also, since you're adding that component into training and helping them get into business themselves, you might want to consider making that a social enterprise. So part of you is for profit, part of you is nonprofit, because there's money pools for
We'll talk
both for
about that
profit
too.
and nonprofits.
So you're kind of pointing me. You're pointing me
Okay.
in directions. I appreciate it.
Dr. Anthony wants to know, how do
Oh,
mothers sign
okay.
up for your food program?
Well, the
I'm
key
loving
is
this. Look at
my
that.
website, or go to our booth or to the website, and just send the information, email me the information, and we'll set them and get them ready. We're in the throes, like you say. What you'll do is help us to get funded so that we can do it. Right now, it's on paper.
Mm-hmm.
I was giving you the idea.
Okay. Exactly. Derek, what
You
you
know
need
what?
besides those
I
few
am
little tips?
enjoying the
Anybody else need
conversation
anything?
here. I mean, this is great. This is great conversation. I'm learning so much here. And just imagine, I stumbled on the book, the Black Writers on Tour on conference. I just stumbled on this thing.
Oh, did you? Well, first of all, how are you on this site? How do you stumble onto
You know what?
Hopin?
That a few months ago, that I was in a conference, and since the COVID-19 outbreak pandemic, that everybody was going to this platform. So that conference was on this platform. Well, I like to discover stuff. I mean, God hasn't just brought you here just
Okay.
to be tunnel vision. So I began to
Right.
explore all the different events that are happening from around the world, and so I make it a point to come out to Hopin there and see what's going on. And guess what? I came up And so I
You
put it on
found
my
us.
calendar, and I said, "Wow, I am going to. I'm not going to crash it, but I'm just going to come here and get the information that
Come on
I
in.
need. That I need, and it's great. And so I've learned so much there, and again, Dr. Franco Taylor there that I enjoy your lecture. In fact, I enjoy all the lecture.
Yeah, they've been pretty good. Last month we had the Los Angeles Black Business Expo. Dr. Barbara Lindsay, she actually was on, and oh gosh, there was some powerful speakers there. And so Dr. Rosie rolled back in with the Black Writers on Tour, and then in November. And you might want to, we can refer you over to Barbara Lindsay. She's not on, she's behind the scenes right now, but she's having a Black Friday, and it's going to be a virtual sale. So
Perfect.
November, your book is
Reach
going to
out
come
to.
out. So you want to reach out to Sold Out Connection. And there's a over in the
There
expo.
you
Man,
go.
you just have to
This
stay
is a
right here. I
blessing
got
right
everything you
here.
need.
This is a
Derek,
I'm parked right here.
well, Derek, we won't say that you stumbled. We'll say you were tripping the light fandango. Okay. Yeah.
All right.
So you wanna hook up with Barbara, and because she's a wealth of information and connections as well. So if you go when you go to the expo, the Sold Out Connection
Okay.
booth, that's her booth. And when you reach out to me, I can also give you a direct phone number for her. Hello,
I can't believe you
Armand. You
couldn't wrap that
came
in
in
my
on your
system.
laptop, huh?
Mr. Armand,
I
how
know,
are
I
you?
know.
I'm doing well, thank you. How are you guys?
I'm good. What I see you with, I just left a building that God has blessed us to get within the last couple of days. We were in a mall for many years, and it finally just shut completely down, so to speak, with the COVID. And we got our own building. And I was looking at one room that I wanted to be the sound room so I could do my podcast. And I'm seeing in your hand the mic and the table and all that. And I want all of that. I mean, I'm just ready to do it now. Just walked into the empty room, looked at it, and I envisioned, 3 mics on one side, my mic on this side, my camera up on the side, all of that.
Oh,
I
yeah.
envisioned all that. And now I'm looking at you. So when do we talk?
Yeah, this is. I mean, and that's the hilarious thing is that what you're seeing in the background is probably what I mean. Because I built it all, so it's like probably the single best system that I've used, and it won't work with this Hopin platform.
So you couldn't even get into Hopin.
I couldn't. So I mean, all this stuff that you're seeing is just background right now, and I'm on a laptop doing this.
Wow.
There's a 4K camera over there that is on, but it. I can Zoom with all this perfectly fine, right? And I can run podcasts. Everything's hopping.
Doesn't work, huh?
And it's a good thing I had the laptop. I haven't used this laptop in like 5 months since I built up this system. So at least I mean, you can have it just goes to show you can have all the best stuff, but every now and then. The most basic thing is I mean, literally, if I hadn't got this laptop up and running right now, I'd have probably signed on using my iPhone.
So you would have had to come all the way down.
Right? But actually, Dr. Taylor, and also, Derek, that's the thing about podcasting. I was listening to you guys talking about what you need, right? But in terms of what you need, almost everybody out there has what they need. I mean, at the most basic level, all you need is a computer to upload eventually. But you can record a podcast utilizing an iPhone with something as simple as this. The funny thing about podcasting, it's all about the sound. If the sound is good, everything else is good. So if you have an iPhone and you have one of these little $25 mic extensions, so this little mic extension has the iPhone adapter because I use iPhones. Other people use Android, so you don't need this. But this little $25 dual mic, and we're talking, it gives you 30 feet of cable. This thing produces the same kind of sound quality you're getting out of what's in front of me now, right?
Wow.
And with this and an iPhone and a small, I have one here somewhere. Oh, there it is. Like a $15 like cheapy tripod with a phone holder. You can produce
put Wow.
And you know, Joe Rogan's podcast just got bought out by Spotify, so now it's exclusive there for $100 million.
Wow.
The guy started off with basically a webcam, and he built it up into a $100 million podcast.
Andrea, come on in. Andrea, you know Andrea that was in the digital entrepreneur class with us. She's here.
Oh, which one? The little portable guy? Are you talking about this guy or about this guy?
The one with the extension 6 feet.
Talking the portable one. So I mean, you start with what you got, and if you really want to start cheap and have good audio quality, because podcasts are all about the audio. Even when you're running, hey, how's it going?
Hi.
Even when you run a visual podcast, I mean, the visual can be kind of because right now I'm on a webcam, which is but I got a really good camera over there, which won't work, right? But if my sound is good, that's what matters, right? So your camera can be okay, but the sound has to be solid. So get yourself one of these guys. This is like $25 or $35, depending on how Amazon is feeling at the time. And the brand is called Boya. This is terrible. Okay, Andrea, since you last saw me, I've become more dependent upon my glasses. Hold on. Yep. I'm doing it. Boya, B-O-Y-A. And you can check it out on Amazon. They're one of the preferred sellers. And this thing is great.
It's just
it works.
A Boya mic?
Yes, Boya mic. B-O-Y-A is the brand name. And there's a bunch of different kinds. You can get this version with 2 different lavalier mics, which I recommend if you have a guest and you're doing it live. You can also get this version, and I can't believe this is all sitting just here within reach. There's another version
because I needed it.
Yeah, here's another version. This is a single lavalier mic, and I don't know why I have both. I don't even know where I got this, but it's the same thing. And if you want to set up your permanent setup, you get one of these guys like what's in front of me. This is a mic by a company called Blue. The model is Yeti, and this is about 100 and something. But
they actually have the Yeti that's at Target, and they have it
Blue
at
as in
Best Buy.
BLUE or just you?
Yes. The brand name is Blue, BLUE, and that's what this is. And I got it with this this boom arm attachment. It's kind of cool, and so it's all you need. And I mean, like you don't need a ton of fancy equipment. You don't need anything else except for this. And all you got to do is once you've recorded your conversation on your phone, you can simply email it to yourself. Or if it's too large, you can just, if you use Dropbox, you can share Dropbox between your PC and your phone. And there you go. And just upload it to YouTube. And I highly recommend housing it there because YouTube not only is it a great platform to distribute your content, it's also a great place to house your content without taking up a ton of hard drive space on your own. So I mean, like I've probably got like 3 terabytes of stuff on YouTube right now. That's not public. I just store it there.
Wow.
So it's like a really great free cloud storage. Anyway, yeah, I mean, you don't need to get fancy. You can start off with whatever you have, whatever's in your pocket. I have this thing I say, the best foot you can put forward is the foot you actually do put forward. Spend like 3 years trying to plan your podcast. You're way behind the guy who's just releasing stuff from his iPhone without editing,
Right.
And that's what this kind of publishing is. It is the ability to publish and then go back and improve as you go along.
Do something, in other words.
Yeah.
Get started.
Do something. Yeah, it's just like the Nike thing. Just do it, right?
Do it.
Yeah, that's what it's all about. Don't be too self-conscious. Just release because
she found the Amazon mic, and so anybody on the sideline
how much was it?
I'm not sure.
Was it 25? Now, is it the dual or is it the single lav? I get that if you can get the dual simply because it allows you to have a guest.
Right.
I recommend that. And the great part about these mics is that they work with computers. They also work with most DSLRs. So what I do is when I'm doing podcasts, I'll plug these in and have people double mic'd. So in case I have failures on the real mics, these things also recording too.
Oh, okay.
So they make great backup mics. So you can plug. They're great. They plug into phones, computers, cameras. They're good for everything. But always remember, if you have a hot mic on, you got to watch what you're saying. There you go. Oh yeah, I mean podcasts are great. I forget who was it who had this thing about writing. Was it Dr. Taylor?
That's Dr. Taylor.
What I look at podcasts as is podcasts are a way to brainstorm, throw ideas back and forth, and publish those. Right? It's like this. This is a podcast. Literally, I mean, like this is being recorded. Crystal can upload this as is, no editing period, and she'll have an entertaining podcast that can gain views, right? And the ideas that come out of this podcast, she'll probably have like between 7 to 10 different blog posts that she can create from the ideas generated here. Right. That's the hardest part about writing. You know, I agree with you, Dr. Taylor. Writing is tough when you're sitting there with a blank piece of paper in front of you or a blank screen, trying to think of something to say, but get on the phone or on Zoom with a friend and you can talk for like 5 or 6 hours and you can go back to your recording and there's your actual words.
Right. My problem is that I write slow and I type even slower. I can't keep.
Oh God, me too.
So I can always think of something to say. I've got millions of words, but getting them down on paper would take the rest of the year. See, but I can talk. You know?
Remember,
so
that's what interns are for.
I gotta call Siobhan.
Siobhan is over on the sideline.
Or, I mean, isn't there somebody named Siobhan here who types really fast?
Yeah, Siobhan types 60 words a minute, and that's what she does. So she's left her contact information for those that are slow on the uptake, on the right part.
I'm learning to use all fingers, but I still have to look at the keyboard.
Yeah.
And the worst part now is I can't see the keyboard anymore. I mean, nothing's more. Last night I had bought a new phone holder for my car. And it was nighttime. I get my car. I'm trying to open the box, right? It has tape all over it. And I can't see the box, right? I'm just I'm trying to feel the tape on the box. And it's really sad. I mean, like people are looking at me and they're thinking, is that guy going to drive after he does this? Right?
Yeah. Is there something wrong with him?
I ended up tearing through the cardboard and I just couldn't do it.
It's one way to do it.
It was sad. It was just really, really sad.
Yeah.
There you go. Yeah, podcasting is one. I mean, and podcasting to me is like a lifesaver in terms of content because, as Crystal mentioned earlier, like monetized blogs, it's all about driving the views, and the views come from putting something out there that people want to see.
Right.
When I say see, it's either watching video, reading a poem. I mean, if you're putting out something that they're interested in consuming, that's what brings you the views. Mm-hmm. And podcasting is a great way to work out, what you want to put out there. Like a conversation about, before I came on here, I was late because I had a meeting regarding content creation for a client, and she actually is hiring writers. So it was me and the client and some writers on the call, and we were going over what she likes so the writers can pitch what they're going to write, right? So I mean, depending on the finances you have, you can come into blogging that way. So she's coming into blogging with a whole writing team because she can afford it, right? And which will give her a huge leg up, but you don't need it. I have a client that generates $175,000 net per month, and they start out as a mom and pop in their little apartment, right? And they built it up to what it is. But if you can come in with what this client has, the ability to have 5 or 6 different writers generating content every day, my God, I mean, the sky's the limit. But and I recorded the conversation. That recorded conversation is going to generate so many posts just by itself. Right. If you can just figure out what the public wants to consume and give it to them, that's what making money from a blog's all about.
So here's my question, because that is so important there. Other than the optimal SEOs and things to try and get your message out there in front of many eyes, how do you know, shall I say, what the public wants? What's the interest? I mean,
That's actually that's the easiest part. Determining interest, and there's a lot of ways you can do it. There are the paid tools you can use. So there are paid tools that you can use that you can use as paid tools, and they'll tell you exactly what topics are being searched online through different browsers and at what levels. Right? You can do that. You can also, there's other ways to do it too. I mean, if you want to reach an audience that is very YouTube heavy, because YouTube viewers also view blogs because they're trying to learn something, right? You can simply turn on YouTube and see what YouTube is recommending, see what's trending, right? So if you go with trending topics on YouTube, trending topics on browser searches, trending topics on Twitter, you can see what the public is consuming at any given time, right? You can also search for certain terms within topics. Right. There's a lot of ways to figure that out, right? But it's pretty. I personally think that one of the easiest ways to conceptualize what you want to blog about is look at what the more successful people are doing already. And Crystal had mentioned that I saw one of her comments. It's not about originality, right? In the online world, the reason why certain topics are successful is because the public is already looking for it, right? People always talk to me about wanting to blog about the next big thing, but the next big thing isn't on people's minds right now because it's the next big thing, right? So if you're going to blog about the next big wave of popularity, no one's searching yet, right? So let's say that the next big diet craze coming down the market is the shoe leather diet, right? Which it's not. don't eat your shoes, but if you start blogging about that, nobody's searching about the shoe leather diet yet. Everybody's still searching about keto or about intermittent fasting, right? There's the best way to start up a successful set of sites is to copy somebody that's super successful. There's infinite room on the internet for the same topic to be discussed by millions of people, right? It's not like a restaurant. In a restaurant, you can only eat lunch in one place at one time. But I can look up how to make a grilled cheese sandwich on 10 different sites within like 30 seconds. And every time I land on a site, that site gets paid for the ads that pop up. Right. So what you do is I'll give you a good example of a corporate site. They're called The Spruce. And it is actually The Spruce, THESPRUCE.com. That is one of the largest blogging groups that exists. They have a site called The Spruce, which focuses on home do-it-yourself projects like flooring and repainting, that kind of stuff. Mm-hmm. They have a second site called The Spruce Eats that focuses on food. Mm-hmm. A third site called The Spruce Pets that focuses on pets. A fourth site called The Spruce Crafts, which deals with home crafting projects. And they created those 4 sites simply because those 4 topics are extremely popular in terms of traffic. So if you want to create something around those 4 things, you can't go wrong. Check out those sites and you can get tons and tons of ideas about what you can do. And also remember, you don't have to blog from personal knowledge. On the Spruce Pets, for example, there's no way that an individual can experience owning 30 different breeds of dogs. Because there's just not, okay, I love dogs. I have actually 6 dogs right now. But I can't tell you about St. Bernards, right? But because of the internet, I can find out information and write a fairly informed article about St. Bernards. And, that's what the Spruce Pets is. They get that information from all over the internet. Those people writing, they probably have never experienced what they're writing about. But the site is generating probably billions of dollars of ad revenue per year based on information available publicly. Huh. So the internet's a wonderful place. I mean, it can also be a horrible place, but I prefer to focus on the wonder.
Focus on the positive on this one.
Focus on the positive.
Normand, Dr. Rosie popped in.
Hey, Dr. Rosie, I can see you there.
It's been a great day, Dr. Rosie. These 2 guys kind of fell into my blog. Derek actually fell into Hopkins, period. He didn't even know the Black Writers Tour was going on. He fell into us.
Which was good. It was good. This is really, really good. It's a blessing. It is a blessing to do. And so
Derek, this is the founder of the Black Writers on Tour.
How are you, man?
This is Dr. Rosie.
Dr. Rosie, how are you?
and she's all about writing books and publishing books and supporting other writers and authors and publishers. That's her thing. That's what she does.
Yeah.
And then she's the mayor of South Central LA, self-appointed.
Mayor of South Central. Wow, that's well. I'm just enjoying all of the information here. I'm over here in right now Huntsville, Alabama, but I'm from
Okay.
Las Vegas, and I'm here on assignment now, and I'm here for about another 6-8 months, I think. So besides all this Alabama weather, rain, and all that kind of stuff like that, I love to get on the internet there and learn about a lot of things. It's just you can learn so much there. And I want to ask you there, Dr. Rosie, there. I saw your booth about black hair false.
Yeah.
What is that?
We we're taking the industry back. We're creating a hair boss all over this country. They can be in their own business, at home. We're so strong, so tight with it, and it's so easy because all I have to say to women, if I can show you how to buy what you already buy in wholesale, and take the difference between wholesale and retail, and pay for you some life insurance, so we don't have to have no more GoFundMe. If I can show you how. I'm not trying to tell you, I don't want you to spend any money that you're not already spending. I just want to help you to redirect your money. And we're looking forward to the day that people who are selling into our community, that they would come to the door of their business, and Chris, and they're going to look down the street, they're going to be looking for us. They're going to say, what happened to these black people? They know.
We're over there buying our own hair from our own boss lady.
$10 billion annual income, and 70% of that money come from black women. Just walk down the street, 6 out of 10 black women wearing a wig, weave, braids, or extension. Come on, give me a break. Wake up to dead. They'll be mad at us.
I think Armand, we should help Dr. Rosie with her blog, so that Dr. Rosie about making money.
Oh, for sure.
Hey, Dr. Rosie.
Somebody asked me, they said, Doc, when did you get into the hair business? I said, I'm not in the hair business. I'm in the money business, and hair just happens to be here.
Big money. Dr. Rosie.
Yeah.
Dr. Rosie, can you hear me?
I can hear you.
And,
She can hear you.
And with those weaves and those pieces, they'll be scratching it with false nails.
So that's the next area we're going to get into.
You know what's interesting, guys? Someone said to me, well, I want to make you a wig. I said, wow, why you want to do that for me? Well, you got to be a product of the product. See, we black people always have these isms and schisms. And I said, when you go in the nail shop, they don't have nails on, but I see you getting yours. Why do I have to have more hair? I'm comfortable with my hair just the way it is. I'm not wearing a wig. I don't want to wear one, and I'm selling more hair than those who cosmetologists, okay? It's about your mindset, and it's about doing what you do. Selling is what I do.
So, Derek, it was good that you were hopping around on hopping today.
I'm loving it. I am loving it.
Hopping around on hopping, and you hop right on into us.
This is great, guys. I really appreciate it. Right now, it's what, about five something. So are you on? You're in LA, right?
We're
Pacific time.
Yeah, it's 3:30 here.
Yeah. So
it's 3:30 here. So Dr. Rosie, both Dr. Taylor and Derek are going to come on the show.
Wonderful.
And Derek is actually launching his book in November.
Yes.
Oh.
Yes.
So I'm gonna turn him on to Barbara so he can be part of the the Friday Black Sale.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And Crystal and Armand are going to help me get my blog going.
Yeah. And Dr. Taylor,
And
Dr. Taylor.
and then Amon's gonna help him design his studio like this back
That's
here
right.
that he got going on.
Look at the network. Look at the network. And Dr. Taylor,
Yep.
Dr.
With
Taylor,
these cameras.
Dr. Taylor and I are going to do a health revival.
Oh,
We're going to do a health
okay.
revival. It's tired of these sick Christians.
Now, Sonia over here said that next week is the Detroit Podcast Fest. That should be interesting. I'll have to take that information down.
Yeah, take it down and pass it on to me, Christian.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah, I'm gonna.
wow.
Actually, as on the topic of podcasts again, I mean, like, if monetizing your podcast is a primary concern, which I'm hoping it is, because I've worked with people in the podcasting world that don't look at it from the money perspective. I work with some journalists who do podcasting, and from their perspective, it's just about disseminating information. Okay, which I can understand. I can respect that. But most of the people I consult for want to make money from podcasts.
They like me,
right?
huh?
There we go. So when the most misunderstood thing about a podcast is that when a podcast is monetized, a traditional podcast, when it's monetized, they monetize through sponsorships. So you'll see them doing like a little commercial. They'll be sitting there going, and today's episode is brought to you by our friends over at MyUndies. And believe it or not, MyUndies is a heavy supporter of podcasts. MyUndies, Dollar Shave Club, those kind of places, they really support podcasts. But if you do it right, podcasts they serve as a tool to be placed. I mean, a visual podcast can be put on YouTube, which can be monetized, but it also serves as a way to drive that traffic to your site, which has a much wider range of monetization options. And also website monetization, the percentages are much higher. So what you can make from a YouTube channel or what you can make for sponsorship, what you're generating on your own website can be 10 times more from the same content. Right. So you want to create podcasts smartly. So when you're talking to a professional podcaster, a lot of times, sometimes people can't see things differently. Right. They're fixed in the way that they see some things. And so a lot of professional podcasters, their monetization avenues are entirely sponsorship. Right. Because when you guys have seen podcasts on like iTunes before, like you go on your phone and you can download podcasts, they don't make money from your views. Like when you're listening to them, that doesn't count towards paying them. Okay. It does in a way, because if they have like 500,000, subscribed listeners, it makes their negotiation power with sponsorship a lot more stronger. Right. So if you have a whole bunch of viewers, you can more strongly negotiate with the sponsor, but you don't get paid for the individual views. Unlike YouTube or your own site, where the amount of money you get paid is entirely based on the traffic. Right. But a lot of podcasters are stuck in the whole, I do an audio podcast and I distribute it through podcast channels. And that's why a lot of podcasters struggle financially until they make it big.
Affiliate markets.
Affiliate. I mean, like, once you bring it onto your own platforms and you control it all, now you're talking about having sponsorship, affiliate marketing, ad revenue from views, right? The potential to drive people back somewhere else to have membership, right? And also marketing products. I mean, it's very powerful on multiple platforms. So when you do go to like a podcast fest, just keep in mind that there's options that they're not talking about because it's outside the realm of tradition, right? Joe Rogan is a perfect example of somebody who, like, he has his podcast on traditional platforms, but he makes his money through Spotify and through YouTube, right? Which is, like, he's making it everywhere. I just want to get that out there because in case you head over to that podcast fest, you're going to see a different monetization model than what we've been discussing. Can you guys hear that? Is that me?
Yeah, I hear it. I don't know where it's coming from. Let's see if we can. Quiet.
Mute my mic. It's not me.
It's actually coming from Dr. Taylor because that's highlighted over there.
It sounds like Morse code. Is somebody in trouble?
Who knows? Who knows? Oh, Dr. Franco and Derek, I think it was 3:30. You guys might want to pop around and,
Yeah,
and over to the
we're
other.
getting ready to make some moves.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, but I hope you got a lot from it.
I have, and thank you, and I will be in touch too for my book launch. So
Okay, and then you took the link so that
Yep.
you can sign up for my podcast.
exactly, I have all the links. In fact, I just copied everything in there.
Okay, well,
All right.
you made a steal today, huh?
Oh, I love it. So, guys, thank you again, and I will be seeing you. I will.
All right, it was nice meeting
Nice
you.
meeting you. Nice meeting you, Seth. Bye bye.
Okay, bye-bye.
There you go. You get good turnout today, huh?
Yeah, it took a little. This platform is a little challenging.
Yeah, it would not recognize my system. I don't know why.
Yeah, so it's weird. And I mean, your system is no different than probably anybody else's, but it's a little challenging. There actually are a couple of guys that you should meet. Cliff, there was a guy that came in earlier, John Matthews. They're all into tech and apps and doing business, the whole technology world. And Clifton Pierre, he does search engine optimization. That's his space. So they had before my session, they had a conversation on just a panel on tech and where it's going and really more the internet and where the money is and how the money is being made in the internet space.
Awesome. This is I see Andrea's in the thing. Is she still there?
Andrea, you still there?
Oh, there she is.
There she is.
Hey.
Yeah,
I love this. Everybody's creating backgrounds. We spend so much time in Zoom now that people are dressing up their backgrounds.
I had to. I just had a bare green wall back there.
I'm loving that.
Some of them have done some really great things with there. But I don't know if you popped over to the expo, Armand, how they do that. You actually can, if you go over into the expo. So I haven't even been in my booth today, but I have videos that are playing over there. So when anybody come over there, they just click on the video.
Yeah, no, I just popped in and I popped in and went straight over to the sessions and saw yours and popped. Yeah, because I was actually doing that content meeting right before this.
Oh, okay. Yeah. So this, as you can see, and everybody's pretty much had got to move around this platform. So the reception is where you come in, and then from there, the stage is when there was somebody on the stage, and then the sessions are where you are now. And networking, if you see somebody you wanted to meet, then you go in there, and then it gives you it's like a speed date networking, and then the expo. And then the expo is where all the booths are. Okay. And people are talking and meeting and chit-chatting.
I just can't believe that I'm glad I have my laptop still. I mean, I'm like, wait a second.
I'm not sure why. And you would have to probably talk to Cliff or there's a couple other people here that have been the tech gurus on this platform. But it can be challenging.
Yeah, I mean, it's a settings thing. It just what it is that of course my system is running a special video capture card to be able to use that kind of a camera, and it's probably overwhelming the system. I don't think you can deal with the resolution.
Probably could not.
Yeah,
probably could not.
So Andrew,
did you ever get your blog going, or did you do with that blog?
I didn't. But I did. It was time for me to renew, so I renewed. I was like, I'm not quitting. I'm not giving up.
Don't let it go. Don't let it go. Yeah, just keep on going.
I renewed, and I said I'm gonna get back on it. I'm ready. I'm ready. I have to have.
And actually, what's her name? Suzanne. I was talking to her yesterday. They're trying to get their stuff up and going, and Suzanne's gonna reach out to you, Crystal, about seeing about getting things started again.
Yes, okay. Let's get it going again.
Yeah, and actually we have. Go ahead,
Armand.
No.
We are getting ready to start back up again. We're just going to start it up in the platform, the platform that we've been talking to you guys about. So we just were trying to get that, and he's so that's where we've been, and so now we're ready to go. But we want you guys to be writing, so this time it's about serious writing.
Yeah, I mean, and that's the thing. We really want people. I mean, we're going to set up accountability groups. We want people who get involved to take the steps to help themselves. And it's funny. I don't know if you haven't heard about it, but I've been doing the same kind of classes for a nonprofit for a little bit now, and all of the attendees are being supplied to us by the nonprofit, and they are all people who have been paroled or what's the other word? They're on probation or parole. They've all been released from reentry folks. They've all been released within 2020. Actually, within the past 12 months. So some of them have been released in late 2019. And believe it or not, within 3 weeks of them starting up the courses, a good percentage of them, they're just following blindly along. They have their websites up and monetized. Wow. And so, like a guy who's been in prison for 25 years, who when they went in, the internet didn't exist. In 3 weeks of entering a class, has a blog that has AdSense approval already. It's pretty amazing. But that's the thing. They're used to just following along with instructions. I mean, like they're told to do something, they just do it. They don't try to inject their own. I mean, they just say, okay, I'll do it. It's funny. So like, and a lot of them are struggling with technology because obviously it wasn't there when they went in. So they're, in fact, it's funny. Sometimes conversations break out during the classes because we do them on Zoom. And we had a whole like spur go on about the TV series Lost. Have you guys seen that series called Lost? The funny thing is I never watched it. And so they were, I mean, like, to them, it was like it had just come out. It was kind of funny watching talking about it. Series.
Well, I guess it had been for them.
Series that are 10 years old. I mean, like it's a time capsule for them. It's pretty cool.
Yeah. So we'll be starting back up soon. So we'll get some marketing material out there.
Okay.
And I thought this would be a great, because some people, see how many people would be interested over here. So we'll market it through Dr. Rosie again and see where we go with it. But the money's out there,
for sure.
And everybody got plenty of time, and you might as well be making money while we're sitting around being tortured by the White House.
And right? Now, and then like during this pandemic, now is the time. Everyone that I deal with who has a significant online presence has seen increases in revenue because of the COVID situation. Everybody's online habits have intensified. So if you spend 3 hours a day online before, you're online 6 hours now. And so all the sites you visit, you either spend more time on them or you visit more of them. So if you monetize traffic, you are golden right now. It's been a great time. So now's the time to get something out there for the public to see, because you can build up a bigger audience right now than you could normally. Right. If you have that audience and you have their attention coming out of the virus, then you have a huge head start.
Well, I'm ready.
Okay.
Awesome.
So you want to pop over, Armand, to go look over at the Business Zone's Expo's booth?
Yeah, actually, I'm gonna sign back. I'm gonna sign back in on that one because this laptop. I mean, it's funny after you use something like this, the laptop just feels so constricting. I mean, it's this little. And the funny thing is, I'm trying to use my mouse. I'm forgetting that my mouse doesn't control the laptop. It controls this stuff.
Oh, right. Exactly.
And so I'm like, what's wrong? What's wrong? And the keyboard's not working.
Right,
like, what's not
working? And Andrea, if you want to know about I've done. I was in a studio with my podcast, but then when COVID took place, we came out of the studio, tried some other platforms, but right now I'm over at StreamYard. But it depends on what you do. And I'm at StreamYard because it allows me to brand my podcast, and I can use my intro and I can use my outro, and but it still lets me interview people and chit chat with people, and it allows you to broadcast live on Facebook and YouTube and Instagram or wherever you want to by platforms. Wow. So it's all streaming live.
Wow. So I just need to sign up.
What, for the podcast? for the
for
yeah, you can go over. I think there's a trial on StreamYard, so you can kind of play around with it. Mm-hmm. But you can also just do it on YouTube, and you can do a podcast on Zoom. Yeah. And Zoom will allow you to stream as well. You just have to brand it afterwards. Yeah, and that's the thing. See, so podcasting, if you want to do it through StreamYard, you do it there if you want to live stream it while you're recording it. So if you want to have it broadcasting live, you can do that. Or you can just record it and then upload it. So you can, it really depends on how you want your podcast to be. So, like if you're podcasting with a guest, let's say that you have to go to somebody's house to record with them. So let's say you have a big guest, you're going to go to them. You can just simply record it and then upload it later. If you want to have people coming into a controlled environment, you can stream it. It's all up to you how you want to do it.
Okay.
You can do one and do the other too. So like Crystal, she streams live, and then after it's done, she uploads the recorded video. So she does both. Yeah, and actually now that I'm live on YouTube, all I really have to go in and I don't have to even, I used to download it and then upload it, but now it's actually there, and I just have to go in and put in all the description stuff, put the keywords in, and do all that, and then I market it, and then I take the link and then I put it back on Facebook in order to garnish more views.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So is it closing ceremonies now?
I think so. Are there?
Is it 3:45?
It is 3:50, so we probably should head over to, I don't know where we should head. The stage, maybe the stage. I'm gonna check out the stage, I think.
Okay, well I'm gonna head over to the stage, and we will talk soon.
All righty.
Okay, good to see you, Armand. I'm looking
good
forward
to see you too. I'm on the stage.
Nothing's happening.
Nothing's happening on the stage. I'm on there right now on the other computer. Oh, okay. So I don't know whether let me see. Let me look at reception. Was there a closing ceremony? Let me check. Reception.
I wrote down.
I don't think so.
Okay, because I wrote down.
There's nothing. No, I don't see anything.
I saw closing ceremony. I thought it was with you and Dr. Rosie.
Oh, she just left, so I don't know. Anyway, we'll pop over, but Armand, run over to the expo before we close. Yeah, I'm gonna check it out. I'm here now. Okay, I'm gonna use this one instead. All right. Cool, thanks, Crystal. Thanks. Okay. All right. Bye bye. Hi, Gwendolyn.